Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is Resolution 312, excuse me, resolution amending the 2015 operating budget foster care program, sponsored by Pertel and Isbell. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is Resolution 313, resolution amending the 2015 operating budget, NYSED 4410 3 through 5 preschool program project year and account shortage, sponsored by Isabel and Diamond. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is Resolution 314, resolution amending the 2015 operating budget drug abuse prevention program, sponsored by Diamond and Isabel. We all received an email from the treasurer that there needs to be an amendment to increase appropriated fund balance. An increase in appropriated fund balance of $50,255 and an increase to court-related expenses of $50,255.
Sponsor the amendment?
Yep. Okay. Discussion?
As long as your numbers are right.
Yeah.
They're from- Yeah.
Just, the Director of Mental Health asked me to bring this up because she received a bill last night. Unfortunately, we have no control over this. We have an inmate that is ordered to be retained in a psychiatric unit. And just, we're fortunate we only have one because the cost per month is $16,751 a month. And we just got a bill for October, November, and December. And this individual is still there, so the probability of that her budget next year could be heating up very fast for just this one individual. And this is it's a mandated cost to the county. We have no control of this individual because of his conditions.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all those in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Now, all those in favor, discussion on the resolution as amended. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained? Motion carried. Resolution 315, resolution authorizing the county executive to sign renewal agreement with Safety National for excess workers' compensation coverage, sponsored by Diamond and Beniac. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is Resolution 316, resolution adopting introductory local law H of 2015. A local law establishing salary schedule of various county officials, sponsored by Diamond and Beniac. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nay. Abstain? Motion carried.
This is just for a public hearing, right?
No, it's for the local law.
It's for the local law. Next is Resolution 317, resolution approving advertisement for bids for FMCC Student Union Improvement Project 2015 Capital Plan, sponsored by Diamond and Pertel. Discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is Resolution 318, resolution approving abstract of audited claims, sponsored by Pertel and Diamond. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is Resolution 319, resolution setting the date and time of the organizational meeting for 2016, sponsored by Whites and Diamond. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is Resolution 320, resolution authorizing county executive to sign agreement with Soil and Water Conservation District. I'll look for a sponsor. Terry, seconded by Bob. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is Resolution 321, resolution authorizing the county executive to sign agreement, Cornell Cooperative Extension, sponsored by Beniak, seconded by Barb. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is Resolution 322, resolution authorizing county executive to sign agreement with Office for the Aging, sponsored by Wheeler, seconded by Beniak. Discussion.
I'd just like to bring up the fact that we got a notice from the Director of Office for the Aging that they're going to be able to increase Meals on Wheels this year because of the increase in the budget. So I think that's exactly what I wanted to see in the increase, and I'm very happy to see that. And
It's a good thing.
absolutely.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is Resolution 323, resolution adopting members of the Montgomery County Agricultural and Farmland Protection Board, sponsored by Pertel, seconded by Barr. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carried. Next is Resolution 324, resolution accepting Fulton County as lead agency for the seeker process for the annexation of lands from the town of Mohawk and Montgomery County to the city of Johnstown and Fulton County. I'll look for a sponsor.
Sponsor for purpose of discussion.
I'll look for a second. Ryan?
Second discussion.
Discussion.
Sure.
Mhm.
I think I've spoken with a couple of you as well as the supervisor in Mohawk. I do not and have not supported Fulton County in being lead agency on this for the reason that they have in my point of view, a vested interest as a department of theirs has a option on the land for annexation. And SEQR really should be, in my opinion and my understanding of the law, something that's determined at the local level, the local municipalities, whether it be a village, town, city, or planning board thereof. That being said, I did, with the help of Supervisor Bishop, provide you all with copies of a DEC memo from their website pertaining to seeker and municipal annexations. The supervisor quoted from this last evening. On the second page, there's a section that is highlighted. With seeker, typically, or in most cases, the jurisdiction, the involved agency with the highest level of authority, approval authority, would be lead agency. However, with an annexation, it becomes tricky because the town, city, and both counties are at a equal level in that we all have final say-so, and in a way none of us do, as we're all on an equal vote and playing field. But the last section of this memo details that since all other considerations being equal, that the most logical lead agency is the agency which has had the longest standing jurisdiction within the area, normally the agency of the municipality from which the parcel may be annexed from. So I think with that being said, I would definitely support and really encourage and welcome the town of Mohawk declaring lead agency. And however, at this point, only Fulton County has asked for lead agency. If the town of Mohawk is to request lead agency, it would then, pursuant to seeker and state code, have to be appealed to the DEC commissioner, and they would then decide on that. Would it be possible, with that in mind, to call a special meeting for the second Tuesday in January, that would be the 12th, when we have committees, to make a decision at that point on lead agency?
I won't be chair next year, so can I call a special meeting for, okay. I have no issue with it.
So I'll pull my sponsorship then. We don't need to table, I'll just pull my sponsorship, right?
Can we still discuss it?
Oh, I won't pull it in. Go ahead. I'm just saying hypothetically.
I mean, one of the most important things that I got out of hearing yesterday was that I felt that the town of Mohawk should be the lead agency. I will support that. But I think that was the most important thing that I took out of that meeting.
Any other?
Yeah, two things. Keep in mind that the supervisor asked that we vote no on this rather than table it. And I think that Ryan's explanation of the seeker, I think, is dead on. So I would vote no on this resolution. And second, I think there was a pretty important point was made with respect to our connection, perhaps with some of these local governments. Not so much in terms of how this was managed, but in more general terms, the fact that we're just kind of taken for granted with respect to this process. And I understand that we're engaged in economic development, and apparently anything goes when it comes to economic development. We got to take a step back and look at some of these things, and at a very minimum, our connection with the local communities. I think that point was well taken and needs to be heard. So I'm going to vote no on this resolution, and I hope that we do not table it.
Any other discussion? Are you discussing or polling?
No, I'm discussing,
Okay.
because I agree with Duke. I am perfectly satisfied with voting no. I was trying to get it where Ryan was going. But to your point, if we vote no, this resolution is no longer hanging out there, rather than to have it just there, so I'm good with that. And
But if,
a new resolution can be developed that says the town of Mohawk. I mean, look, this land is in their town. I don't know how anybody could think that they shouldn't be the lead agency on it. It just doesn't make sense. But so I'm good with not pulling it and voting no on it, if that's, unless there's a good reason why we shouldn't.
My only concern with potentially saying no to Fulton County is at this point there's four involved agencies, well, there's multiple involved agencies, but four municipalities that ultimately get to say yes or no to this application for annexation. Fulton County at this time legally is the only one that has said they want to be lead agency. If we are going to say no to lead agency, and if for some reason no other involved agency says they want to be lead agency, does that mean that we are willing? I think if we're going to say no to Fulton County, then we've got to say in some form, then yes, we'll do it. Because we're saying no to the only person that has formally declared, which leaves nobody on the table. And that's something that I don't, and I 100% am against Fulton County being lead agency, but I don't necessarily agree with saying no to them if we're not going to offer an alternative. I think the alternative, and the preferred alternative, is the town of Mohawk. I wouldn't ask that it be tabled. I will withdraw my second at the end of discussion, but I think we should put a resolution together that will support the town of Mohawk on for that agenda, and not even have this be part of the record in any form.
Does this just disappear if we pull our sponsorship? Is it just gone, or is it hanging out there?
If you pull your sponsorship, then there's no one bringing forth the resolution, so it's gone.
it's a
If you table it,
mulligan.
it's coming back.
Yeah,
Right.
If you table it, it's coming back in this form.
it's a mulligan.
A mulligan. And while I greatly respect both Duke and Tom, I agree with legislator White's. And last night, listening to all of the speakers and Supervisor Bishop, I fully support the town of Mohawk, and I think that they should be the speaker. If we pull this right now and we leave it, we can put a new resolution, we can support the town of Mohawk, and we give them the opportunity to put themselves as secret. And we do nothing against Fulton County, so it'd be the more prudent. So that's where I would lean towards.
Well, and it provides enough time, as
To them
Supervisor
to
Bishop said,
do
the 5th, he
within-
has it on for a vote.
Absolutely.
And I agree.
Question.
Yeah.
Is it as simple for the town of Mohawk as just putting a resolution up saying, we want to be the lead agency, period? Is it that simple, or is there some hoops and hurdles they have to go through? Number two, even if we did vote on this tonight and vote no, and I'm just asking the question to you because I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Say we did vote no tonight, there's nothing preventing us from, at the same meeting, if they haven't done that, of us either putting up a resolution saying it's Montgomery County, or back to the same resolution with Fulton County. I don't even, honestly, I believe they should do it. I really believe they should do it. It shouldn't even be the county doing it, even our county. I believe they
We
should. Hmm?
We agree.
Any other discussion?
Well, I just want to add that part of the problem here is that our vote is being viewed as something perfunctory, that it's just assumed that we were going to vote yes on this, and everybody was going to go on with their business. And there's more to it than making this determination. I think the way these things come to us has to be done differently. No one should make that assumption on this board.
So we have three choices, I guess. We can pull a sponsorship, we can vote no, which also kills it, right? Or we can table it. Or that are three choices.
Chair, I had a question. Can we amend, for the attorney, can we amend this resolution?
If there's still a sponsor and a second, there could be a motion to amend in a second.
But we can't amend and put Mohawk tonight. No, that's a good question. Could we amend and put Mohawk in here tonight? What's the word I'm looking for?
Contingent?
Not contingent, but,
Contingent?
yeah, contingent
On
them
the town of
passing this
Mohawk
resolution.
Yeah. Well, we're not really involved with that. All we're doing is lending our support to the town. Whether they accept it and put the resolution through, that's up to them. All we're saying is we're supporting town of Mohawk.
That's procedurally putting the cart before the horse. What I would do is wait and see if we get a resolution from Mohawk, and then we can act on it in a proper fashion. Typically, how the seeker works is when someone wants to be the lead agency, they send out a notice to the other involved agencies, who then have to make a decision, which is how the resolution was brought up tonight, because you have a duty to make a decision once someone puts out there that they want to be the lead agency. So we would need to get something from Mohawk. It sounds like they're in the process of making that happen.
I'm not in favor of tabling it, but I could do either one or the other. That's not what I'm saying, just pull your sponsorship. I don't have a problem voting no against it.
Yeah, pull it and make it disappear for now.
I'll pull my second if there's no other discussion.
No other second? Moving on. Resolution 325, resolution awarding bid to Delaware Engineering DPC. I'll look for a sponsor. Tom, a second?
I'll second it, but I want to make an amendment to it. So.
Yeah, well, we have, okay, Joe?
All right, I got everybody here to see it.
Yeah. Discussion? Discussion?
I'd like to make an amendment. I'd like to insert the name of McDonald Engineering, any place that Delaware Engineering is noted in the resolution.
Discussion?
Yes, I have had contact with the supervisor in the town of Florida, and they've actually had McDonald Engineering for years. He actually just sent me a text message. He would like McDonald Engineering. They would like Bill Weller. I know they've made calls to several of you. McDonald Engineering has, for years in our area, well-respected engineering firm, and I don't have a problem making this amendment and supporting it. But that's what the town of Florida wants. I mean,
Right.
and Delaware, for that matter. I they're both, but they would like to see McDonald's, so I'm in favor of that.
Favor also.
I would just like to say that in the RFP process, there was a committee. None of the legislature was involved in the review process, but talking with the county executive briefly today, he did say that in the end, the resolution has Delaware because he felt the county is the administrator of this grant, and he felt that Delaware could handle the proper paperwork for this grant. And that would relieve the county of doing that paperwork. I just want to,
And McDonald's,
that's what I was
have
told.
experience working with both firms, and
Yeah.
they're equally capable.
Yeah,
I mean, I think some of these things are just, when it comes to personal preference, I think that we should be supporting here again the town. And this is another example. We're not part of the process, and we're just asked simply to ratify it. And that is, so I think people who just assume that we're going to vote a certain way are going to have to understand that we're going to talk from time to time.
Barb and Terry?
Thank you. I also agree with Legislator Duchessis. Was there a big difference in the cost?
This is a quality driven. There is no cost at this point. It's one of those hidden, they're going for the best.
I understand.
Yeah.
I also am aware of both companies. Thank you.
I just wanted to state for the record that most of the work is going to be done in the town of Florida. So obviously they would be more comfortable with Jack McDonald.
I'm very comfortable with them. I've done in business with them before. I'm not in business with municipalities. He's very capable of doing the job.
We do have Paul in the room. Would you like to interject anything?
No, like I said, it was a qualification-based process. There were 13 proposals received from engineering firms, and the two firms discussed here and a third rated in the top 3 when they were reviewed by myself and Bill Weller from the Highway Department in town of Florida. Basically, that's what I had submitted to Matt, was the top 3 firms, and, based on our discussion, Delaware has actually completed projects under this program through the state, which involves state and federal money. So the recommendation was at that point to utilize Delaware, because under the rating system, one of the rankings was familiarity with the process, and that's where they rated higher, because it hadn't completed the project.
I spoke with them earlier tonight, and they feel very qualified that they can do what they need to do.
they actually got the grant for this.
What's that?
They actually got the grant for the $3 million. McDonald's.
Any further discussion on the amendment? All those in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained?
Abstain.
Now, discussion on the resolution as amended. Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained?
Abstain.
Motion carried. Next is Resolution 326, resolution awarding bid for development of County Office Facility Assessment Plan to NK, oh goodness, Bahati? Huh? Banderi, and authorizing the county executive to sign a contract. I'll look for a sponsor. Barb, seconded by Terry. Discussion. This is an assessment plan on potential cost for renovating or remodeling this building. It was part of the capital projects that we approved previously.
It's just a study to build it.
Hearing no discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
I abstain.
Opposed? All right.
I understand the budget is on target. So
For this?
Guaranteed.
For this yet to be announced project.
Before I look for any other, I would just like to thank all of you for giving me the opportunity to serve as your chairman this year. I'm very humbled. It was a great learning experience and very gratifying, and I thank you very much for allowing me to fill this chair this year. Does anybody else have anything to come before the board before we adjourn?
I want to thank you for doing a great job, Martin, and I'm going to be in the big circle for a soda after this meeting if you want to join me.
Sodas on
So-
Martin.
Right. Anything else? I'll look for a motion to
You
adjourn.
got it.
A second? All right.
Brady?